Hello guys, my name is Fernando Gonzalo and today's video we are going to talk about power and politics in Julius Caesar. Let's begin. Okay, so in today's video we are going to talk about how powers and politics had a huge impact in Julius Caesar, this book by William Shakespeare. So, William Shakespeare, Julius Caesar is a timeless exploration of the intoxicating allure and devastating consequences of power. The play dissects the Roman Republic on the brink of collapse where ambition, fear, and idealism clash in a deadly game. So, in today's video we're going to talk about 5 main points. The first one is Julius Caesar resume, also the spectrum of power, the impact of power and tragedy unfolds, echoes in the 21st century, a modern parallel, and the conclusion about all this topic and politics and power in Julius Caesar. So, let's begin with the first point. Julius Caesar, a book from William Shakespeare, can be resumed in 5 main points. The first one is ambition. Okay, so basically, with ambition, we can talk about that this driving force propels Caesar towards absolute power and fuels the conspiracy against him. We know that Cassius and Brutus are very huge important roles in this book, and basically, this driving force that propels these also 2 characters makes an ambition a very huge important keyword that can describe Julius Caesar from William Shakespeare. Then we have betrayal. The play hinges on the act of Brutus, Caesar's trusted friend, turning against him in the name of political ideas. So basically, here we can understand that betrayal is one of the main feelings and one of the main actions that we can see in this book. And then we have to talk about something that talks about politics, that is the next key point, republic versus monarchy. The core conflict lies between preserving the Roman Republic with its divided power structure and succumbing to Caesar's rule as a single monarch. Then, the next keyword is manipulation. Cassius' cunning manipulation of Brutus' idealism is instrumental in orchestrating Caesar's assassination. We know that Cassius wants to control Brutus so he can make some help to make his plan and kill Caesar and take control of Rome. And the final key point to resume Julius Caesar's book from William Shakespeare is civil war. The tragic consequence of power and politics struggle is Rome's descent into a brutal civil war, highlighting the devastating cost of unchecked ambition. Okay, after this resume of Julius Caesar, we are going to talk about the next thing that is very important, the spectrum of power. The spectrum of power of Julius Caesar can be understood in 3 main key points. The first of one is Caesar's charismatic power. Caesar isn't just a military leader. He possesses charisma, a magnetic personality that sways the Roman people. Shakespeare portrays Caesar's popularity through commoners' adoration and his ability to manipulate the Senate. This soft power fuels Caesar's ambition and makes him a threat to the established political order. Then we have the power of institutions. The play explores the power of dynamics between individuals and institutions. The Roman Senate, an institution once a bastion of republican ideas, becomes increasingly impotent as Caesar accumulates influence. This raises questions about the ability of institutions to withstand charismatic leaders and the erosion of checks and balances. And the next key point of the spectrum of power is the power of ideas. This is a very important key point to understand power in this book. The play wrestles with the power of political ideologies. Brutus, the archetypal idealist, embodies the republican belief in a government of equals. His love for Rome compels him to act against Caesar, even resorting to violence. highlighting the lengths to which individuals might go to defend their convictions. With all of this information, can we follow and understand the impact of power a tragedy unfolds? This one is the next key point, and it's very important because the impact of all of this power and all of this ambition in this book creates too much tragedies that are going to be following the cases of the book. So basically, the first one is the erosion of morality. The pursuit of power often comes at the expense of morality. Brutus, initially portrayed as noble, wrestles his conscience but ultimately chooses assassination, blurring the lines between patriotism and tyranny. Here we can see that politics control so much the minds of the characters in this book. And this raises the question of whether achieving a good end justifies any means. Next, we have the manipulation of public opinion. The play masterfully depicts how public opinion can be swayed for political gain. Cassius, a master manipulator, exploits the Roman populace's anxieties and Brutus' idealism to orchestrate Caesar's downfall. This tactic continues to be a hallmark of modern political campaigns, where leaders use media and messaging to shape public perception. And the final tragedy that we can fold on this impact of power is the cycle of violence. The play doesn't shy away from the brutal consequences of unchecked ambition. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into civil war, highlighting the devastating ripple effects of power struggles. Therefore, this theme remains tragically relevant as we witness conflicts fueled by a desire for dominance on the world stage. So, following with the next template, we can talk about the echoes in the 21st century, a modern parallel. So, this topic reveals how we can correlate all this information from power and politics from Julius Caesar to nowadays. So, the first point is the rise of populism. So, when we talk about the rise of populism, populist leaders, like some characters in the play, exploit public anxieties and dissatisfaction with the status quo. They often present themselves as outsiders fighting the establishment, mirroring the way Cassius and Brutus position themselves against Caesar. These leaders might use social media and devise rhetoric to consolidate power, similar to how Cassius manipulates people's opinion in the prey. Then we can talk about the weakening of institutions. Democratic institutions can become vulnerable when faced with strongman tactics. For example, just as the Roman Senate lost its power to Caesar, contemporary democracies can struggle to maintain checks and balances against charismatic leaders who concentrate power in their own hands. And then the last point is the erosion of discourse. The pursuit of power can lead to a decline in civil political discourse. The play portrays the fracturing of friendships and descent into violence as different factions vie dominance. Similarly, contemporary politics often devolves into personal attacks and lack of constructive debate, hindering progress and fostering social division. So, finally, we're going to talk about a conclusion and how we can understand power and politics in this book. Julius Caesar serves as a timeless cautionary tale about the intoxicating allure and destructive nature of unchecked power. By exploring the play's themes, we gain a deeper understanding on the complex interplay between ambition, ideology, and the struggle for political dominance. Shakespeare compels us to remain vigilant against the manipulation of power, the erosion of democratic institutions, and the devastating consequences of political violence also are a very huge impact in the role of the book. The play serves as a reminder that healthy democracy requires a balance between strong leadership and robust institutions, along with the commitment to civil discourse and the ideals that underpin a just society. So, with all of this information, I'm going to conclude this video. I hope that you like it and that you understand the impact of power and politics in Julius Caesar. So, with all of this information, I'm going to show you a quote from Julius Caesar that says, "If you must break the law, do it to seize power. In all other cases, observe it." This is a task for you guys. I hope you like the video, and if you can understand the quote from Julius Caesar, please comment in the comment section down below what do you think Caesar is referring to with this sentence. Thanks for watching the video and goodbye. See you next Friday.